What is up, neophytes and Novians alike? My name's Alan, aka NeoCryptor, and welcome back to another Community Ship Showcase, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope everything is going great in your lives and DU, IRL, wherever, whatever you do. I hope it's all going great. Anyway, guys, we've got another ship showcase. Of course, it's Friday. What would you expect anything otherwise? I'm just saying. Today we're only going to be doing 3 shifts because I ran a little short on time this week, had some technical difficulties, plus I've been working on a super secret project for next week's video. Yeah, I'm already working on next week's video, and we got a lot of stuff to do for next week's video because next week's video is the PvP ship showcase. These are going to be all public blueprints or ships that you can acquire in Dual Universe to jumpstart you into the realm of PvP. So we're going to be taking a close look at them, and I don't know if we'll get to battle testing because, man, I got a lot of them. I got 6 ships to go through, but we'll see what we can do here. Anyway, so yeah, this week we've got 3 ships to take a look at. We have a ODY ship that I've been just dying to be able to play with a little bit, and oh man, I am super excited, and we're going to start out with it. So stay put. All right, guys, here we go. And oh my gosh, I've been wanting to play around with this ship for a while. She is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of artwork. I'm sure those Expanse fans out there know exactly which one this is just by looking. But for those of you who haven't watched The Expanse and live under a rock, sorry, I hope it's a nice rock. I'm just saying. We were taking a look at the Rocinante by ODY, Objective Driveyards. And oh man, this thing is beautiful. The designer was Destrin. The token price of this thing is 30 million. BP price is 25 million. This is very much a collector's piece. It is a space only construct, hence why we're up in the vast dark inkiness of space. But it's got some tricks up its sleeves. It's got some gorgeous beauty on the inside, and we are going to go inside right now and check her out and take her for a little spin in the Aether here. The Aether, that might be a plug for something. We'll see. So obviously, if you have one of these ships, build mode is definitely going to be an easy way to get in. But I mean, since it's space only, with the new with everything is new, you can just hit your backpack, provided you're somewhere, or your jetpack, provided you're somewhere you can toggle it on and off, and just come on up and zip right in. Or you could always build a launch gantry or staircase to get into it. That's always a thing you could potentially do as well. As we come in, we are greeted with a large space fuel tank, and with a little bit of decor around it. And we have, of course, we have buttery smooth keys that never double tap when you meant to just press forward. Yeah. Anyway, we have a nice looking ladder system to get through the ship. We have our core on top of that. Another little, maintenance area with a table of some sort. If we continue up, boom, we have a little bit of a storage bay going on. We have a hub right behind the maintenance panel here, and just everywhere you look, there's a lot of little details to the ship. The shapes, everything is beautiful. They laid it out so well. I mean, I don't think in Dual Universe, unless you blew up the Rossi to gigantic proportions, you'd be able to get the layout of the decks perfect. But just look at the details here. We have some cabinets. We have the galley here with some plants, and just everything looks splendiferous. Splendiferous, that word? Looks like we have our coffee dispensers or something here. Just the use of the elements in this ship is really, really, really awesome. The way they have everything laid out. Because let's see, what were these? Yeah, these are plants, and that is whole decorative element. I mean, just the creativity here. And these look like the food packets or containers from season 1 that they were using, except the one they had in the show, I think, were kind of opaque. But overall, this is actually very, very well done. I want this ship. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm a huge fan of the Expanse. So this is just great. You have a little, I don't know, I guess this could be a holding cell or something. I don't know what this room is supposed to be perfectly honest. But over here we have a gunner seat with radar, everything you need to attach some guns and go. Back here we have a little bit of a crew area, or captain's quarters, bunk, whatever you want to call it. Again, it looks fantastic. If we come up here, Now we're on kind of a, I don't know what to call this, a ready area, ready room or something. And we have a door to the outside. So, you know, a little airlock to keep your spacesuits, etc. And then up here, we have a couple little navigator's chairs with some screens, little decorations. And then right here is, you know, the main piloting seat. By the way, this is a gyro flip ship. If you've never piloted a gyro flip ship, the idea, at least for this one, the idea is to have gravity going the right way. So when you're landed, you can walk around the ship normally. And then when you take off, you flip the gyro. So the front of the ship now becomes the nose. So you can fly it normally. Now this is running, I don't know the name of the HUD. I think it's still a work in progress, but Geronimo has a HUD that he's been working on. And as you can see, it is pretty cool looking. So let's go ahead and flip this bad boy. It's even got remote control. I didn't even notice that. There's also an autopilot in it. I don't know if we're gonna have time to actually look at that because there is just so much to go through on the ship. But as you can see, like now our point of view has flipped since I flipped the gyro. You know, we were like this, now we're like this. And yeah, it's but let me show you this HUD for a second. Let me just give you a little tour here. You can like drag these widgets wherever you want to on your screen. You can resize them, and you know, it is just a cool, very cool HUD. You can bring up the settings, all the settings and everything are right here. So it is pretty awesome. You can go through and adjust it. You have your help menu. That's actually a question I wanted to look at. Let's look at these key binding parameters, because it's got some pretty cool features in it, like double tapping acrobatic rolls and stuff. I kind of want to get my hands on this HUD to test it more thoroughly. Geronimo, if you're watching this, and if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize, but if you're watching this, expect a message from me, because I really want to tinker with this. This looks absolutely fantastic. It is a very cool HUD from what I've looked at it so far. But you have all your settings available, exposed, etc., etc., etc. It is pretty freaking sweet. So now we are going to, let's see, throttle up. How do you, I gotta remember how to turn the engines on, because by default with this HUD, your engines, there we go, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I middle clicked and it enabled the engines. It turned them on. And as we can see, we are lifting off just fine. I'm going to have fun landing this thing. Not going to lie. My space platform, I put a little too close to the gravity well of Alioth. So it's a little bit of a pain. But as you can see, she has no problems getting up to speed and just getting gone, man. She is a cool little ship. And she looks fabulous. I love the Rossi, one of my favorite ships in the Expanse. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's everybody's favorite ship in the Expanse. You know, except for the Can't. Remember the Can't, just saying. But yeah, she is gorgeous. She seems to fly pretty well in space. Let's go ahead and get up to, I don't know, 10K and see how quickly we can brake just using the normal brakes. And then we will jump on to the next one. But yeah, guys, there will be a link to this in the description section that takes you to the page. Definitely go check it out. I'm going to be leaving a like and a comment on that page. And thank you, loud vehicle that drove by. I apologize for that. Okay, we're at 13K and I filled the engine. Oh, you know what? One thing we didn't do. Let's double tap here. See what this double tap thing does. Huh. I don't know the HUD all that well, so yeah, I probably should have taken a little bit of time to prepare for it. Oh, okay. So that is our adjusting that. All right, I see. But either way, let's start braking. We're at 13.5K. Let's just, you know, slow down with the brakes real quick, which, you know, is not bad, but not great. Could be definitely better. But you know what? This is a masterpiece. This is a showpiece. This isn't, you know, really made for the performance. And besides, if you have an Epstein drive, I'm just saying, the way that you need to slow down is with the good old-fashioned turn and burn, because that is, you know, the way it's flown in the Expanse. And if you're gonna have a ship like this, might as well RP it, right? So engage that Epstein drive and just start slowing down. which, as you can see, that works, beautifully, very quick, very flawless. So now what I was talking about with the gyro, let's go ahead and bring our trajectory down here. Let's stop a little bit. And if I was to stand up right now, now as you can see, everything is this direction. So like, accessing the other decks and everything, kind of a pain. That's what the gyro does, is it reorients your ship's gravity as well as its position that is flying through space, or it's forward facing, I guess you could say. So, and wow, that just reset it apparently. That's kind of interesting. Put down and it automatically reset the gyro to that position. Let's go ahead and hit the gyro. I don't know if there's a hotkey in this HUD to activate it or not, but either way, this ship is fantastic. I thank you guys for letting me check it out. I really appreciate it, because I've been every ship show I've been kind of eyeballing this thing. I'm like, oh my god, this is so gorgeous. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and kill the UI, take a couple screenshots, because guess what, the screenshot for all right guys, so next up we have the Aether by Dankworks. Yep, Dank Knight has done it again. A dank looking ship, one could say. No, this thing looks amazing. It's a warp shuttle that definitely has some style to it, and it is pretty fuel efficient. Now you'll have to I will apologize, I have the whole white transparent screen bug and I can't get rid of it, so I'm sorry guys, that's just a thing, and I got in here wrong. I gotta just point this out real quick. Let me turn on my light. Let me turn on my light here. So you get in from the top hatch, you have a little button here you press. It's on a timer, so you can get in, and then after a few seconds it will close itself, and you have another button in here. You have like buttons everywhere, man. You have buttons everywhere. You have a button to reactivate it there. I guess this light is actually to tell you that the hatch is open, and there's some buttons in the front cockpit, but I am avoiding that front cockpit right now. I had some issues, and it's DU issues. It's not a dank issue at all, but I had an issue where I got stuck and I had to tear apart the cockpit up front to get out, and then DU being DU, it wouldn't let me backspace things, so I had to take it back to dank and get him to redeploy it for me, fix the voxel mishaps, because it wouldn't let me put anything back. And it only happened once, and I've been using that cockpit jumping in and out, no problem. But there is another Arch HUD on here, and if you don't know about Arch HUD, it's basically Archigo has forked DU orbital and kind of optimized it and added some new features to it. So yeah, it's got some pretty nice features. We might cover that in a video coming up. But so I've been flying from here. This thing is fairly efficient on warp. Do I have any warp cells in here? Yeah, I do. I have a little bit of stuff in there too. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Let's go ahead and plot a course. Let's go say, oh, I don't know. Lacabus. Where's Lacabus? There's Lacabus. Let's set a warp point and see how much it costs to get to Lacabus from here. 11 warp cells. I feel like that is pretty darn good. You could probably get around anywhere in the triangle, for 1 or 2. So as you can see, this thing has a fair bit of takeoff. It flies very well. I've been flying it around since yesterday, and made many trips to Moon 4 and back with it. As my project for next week, all the ships are staged over on Moon 4 on Alioth. So that's the thing. But yeah, it is a great little warp shuttle. It looks fantastic. Would you expect anything else from Dank Knight? I know I wouldn't. I mean, the detailing on it, the shape, everything, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, it is fuel hungry, so you definitely in atmosphere need to watch your fuel, because it is running, some higher tier engines, and they like to fuel. You get the idea. Anyway, let's go ahead, and I'm going to plot a course. I already have. Let's go ahead and actually go to, oh, I don't know. Let's warp to Moon 4, shall we? Maybe, possibly, that might be a thing. Go to Moon 4. Set warp point. Let's go ahead and give her a good warp. We're going to turn on the vectors. We're actually, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We are going to activate our handy dandy little autopilot here, and we're going to autopilot back down to the planet. and we'll leave the vectors on so you guys can see how she handles. I'll probably come back after we're a little bit closer to the planet, as you know, we are kind of far out. All right, guys, here we are. We're autopilot is bringing us in. Let's go ahead and take a look at these vectors as things normalize out and you can see its flight characteristics. We will turn the autopilot off, and oh, am I gonna hit a thing? I think I might gonna hit a thing. Are we gonna hit the thing? I don't know. I think we didn't hit the thing, so we're good. We're good. Woo! That was super close though. Did you see that? That just flashed by. Oh, something blew up. We're coming in a little warm, I think. It might be a little toasty here. Well, let's see how the autopilot handles that. There we go. We're good. We got this. Got this. Something blew up, but we're good. I mean, if nothing blew up, then I'd be flying it wrong. As you can see, the vectors on this thing are pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and kill the autopilot. Whoop, nope. Kill the autopilot. Thanks. Thank you. Let's make sure we bring our speed down a little bit here. She is pretty quick in a straight line, but we're not wanting to do that right now. We're wanting to maneuver a little bit. And I'll have to figure out what I blew up. I mean, we're doing 2K, you know, without a problem this high up. Let's go ahead and slow her down. You can see those brakes kicking on and everything, all the trajectories lining up. We need to get down into the lower atmosphere because we want to take a look at her atmospheric flight characteristics. It's a day, man. I've been having a weird couple days in DU. Nothing's been going quite the way it should. So yeah, bear with me. There we go. As you can see, she is pretty responsive. And let's check her yaw. You know, you know how I feel about yawing, but I feel like we need to check that all, you know, on every ship. The yaw is starting to catch up. It's not the fastest yaw in the world, but it definitely can yaw. If that is your thing, you just got to make sure you're doing your Tokyo drifting just right. But you know, as you know how I do it, how we do it. This is how we roll around here, or fly. So you can go at a fairly decent angle and stay, you know, and not stall. So while rolling and turning, which is always, you know, the preferred way around these parts. Around these parts, we don't yaw around here, y'all. No, that's not a thing we do. We roll. This is how we roll. I don't know where that came from. Don't hate. But yeah, she flies really good. Like I said, she is kind of thirsty on the fuel because she is running some higher tier engines, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something to be aware of for sure. We definitely got some radar contacts, as you can see. So we got the radar widget. We got everything you need to get anywhere you need to go in the verse and do it in some style. Obviously, if you want to change the coloring of those lights, you can, because this thing's got red lights all over it to accent the black and red of the ship. But yeah, I mean, this thing's pretty good. It is a nice warp shuttle. I've been wanting a new one myself, so Dank, thanks for tossing this my way. I appreciate it, man. And you guys need to go check out Dank's work. There will be a link in the description to this ship, and yeah, you can click on Dank Works from there to find out more about his other ships as well. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and set this thing down, and we're going to go take a look at our last ship of the day, the Longbow B, A, B, or C. I don't know. We're going to pick one. There's a lineup of them. So we're going to grab one of those by Hammie, another member of the you know, Crash Industries. You know, we see a lot of their ships, but there's a lot of builders involved in Crash. So but yeah, we're looking at the Tomahawk B. It is a small core hauler that's capable of doing a kiloton off of Alioth, and it looks pretty cool. It's got a very unique style to it. It's got VTOL, and we know I am a fan of VTOLs. I'm just saying. So yeah, this will set you back, what is it, 5.5 million for the BP, 16.5 million for a token, and it is, I think, let me just double check here. I think you can get it with some colors as well. I know a lot of his ships, he's willing to do custom colors and changes. You just talk to him. So anyway, there'll be a link to the DU creators page down in the description. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy up for a flight. Oh yeah, I don't have build rights on it. My bad. So we're just gonna have to hip hop. So your hub, by the way, is right, where was it? Right here, I think. yeah, your cargo hub is right here. Container hub is right there on the tail. Now, obviously, you get into the ship here. It has a few passenger seats. You have access to your space fuel tanks, from the cabin. And let's go ahead and see how this thing actually handles. Shall we? Let's go ahead and take off here. Let's make sure my lights are on because that's weird. It's being a little framey for me right now. And I don't know what's up. So I'm hoping it's going to clear up a little bit. I relogged and it didn't seem to do a thing for me. Let's go ahead and throttle up and take this baby up. I think this is running a slightly older version of DU orbital HUD on it. So it might be, I'm going to mention the Arch HUD to Hammie and get him to see about getting him to do some updates on that, because I think Arch HUD would suit this really well because it actually has a VTOL takeoff capability automatically, which is super nice. You can see it has no problem hitting up to getting up to speed, and we're doing 1100 right now. I'd say that's probably the safe range, 1150 if you really kind of want to push it. But I don't think you're going to burn anything like that. Let's go ahead and turn our vectors on so we can see how she's handling. Let's try the good old-fashioned yaw test here while we're kicking along at high speeds. Okay, as quid pro quo dictates, the yaw is there. It's not, it's not fantastic yaw, but you know how I feel. I don't have to repeat myself. Let's move on with the rolling and turning test, shall we? Oops. Once I learn what button is what on my keyboard, because obviously I don't know. So let's go ahead. Oh yeah, this thing rolls into turns beautifully. Look at that. By the way, to get a little bit extra boost when you're rolling your turns, if you hold the space bar, it helps that arrow catch up and that trajectory catch up even faster. I don't think I've ever mentioned that before, but that's how I get such tight turns out of ships when I'm rolling. Let's go ahead and jump up into space real quick. I mean, obviously we're unloaded, so this is empty weight that we're flying with right now, but so far this thing handles beautifully. Definitely a good little ship. And it is verified by one of my friends that this thing can definitely easily take out 1 kiloton into space from Alaios. So of course it's got those VTOLs there to help it out some as it's lifting up and coming out into the upper stratosphere. So VTOLs, if done right, they are awesome. It's when they're not done right that I don't like them. Now, since we're running DU orbital on this, as you can see, they more or less kind of turn off unless it's fighting. Well, that's weird. They turn back on. Usually with DU orbital, in my experience, this is one of the reasons I didn't use it for my VTOL ships, is, it's because the cruise control is on. Okay, I see. It's because, you can hold them on and then you let go and they just shut off. And I don't like that. I don't like VTOLs that work like that. I prefer to work the vanilla way and then just be able to toggle the VTOLs off to save gas. But, to each their own. This thing, though, as you can see, we're breaking orbit, no problem whatsoever. Our speed's kicking up. Maybe not the fastest in the world, but it's definitely getting there. So I can definitely see this being able to pull a kiloton off Alaios without a problem. Anyway, guys, it's definitely a cool looking ship. Hammie's got a very unique style. I really recommend taking a look at his other ships. He's got some pretty cool pocket rockets that are kind of in a similar vein as this one. Looks wise. He's got a rescue ship. He's got some ships, man, and they are very uniquely styled. So definitely go check out his creator page on DU Creators. And if you decide to buy one from him, tell him Neo said hi. Because I don't ever see him. I don't see him that much. We talk every once in a while, but our schedules are completely opposite of each other. So we hardly ever talk to each other. It just dawned on me. I was like, yeah, I've never done a Hammie ship. We got to throw a Hammie ship in here. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. Like I said, a little bit shorter because this week has been kind of a nightmare scheduling wise for me. But we're going to be back next week. We have at the least 6 different PvP ships that are publicly available for you to check out. And we might have a 7th thrown in there. We have 3 from Captain's Customs. We have 1 from Grim Industries. We have 1 from Sneaky Snake. What am I missing? Oh, and we have 1 from Amigo Mike. And then the guys over at ODY might be tossing something in as well for us to take a look at. That's not confirmed yet, but we'll see. We'll see. So we'll either have 6 or we'll have 7 or maybe more. Who knows? Because maybe I'll toss in my little XS fighter. I don't know. Why not, right? All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. If you're new, make sure you follow and subscribe and like and jump up and down while doing the handstand, and because YouTube likes that stuff apparently. I don't know, they do whatever they do. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, this is Neo, and I'll see you in game. Bye. Oh yeah, come follow me on Twitch and Twitter and all that stuff. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. I'll catch you guys next time. Why'd I go to the big camera wave? You tell me. I don't know.